Since it's the given season, thought I'd give you an extra video this week. The Game Award 2025 were just on. I couldn't watch them live because I have a job and training and also trying to write. So to fit in a time to watch it was pretty difficult, but I managed to get through it. May have skipped a lot of it because a lot of it is adverts. I feel like between the adverts that are actually in the award show and the ones that I got on YouTube, I watched more adverts than I did an award show. And that's not counting the trailers, CGI trailers that are technically adverts. Like this was, basically I've kind of given up on watching that kind of show because it is just, it doesn't feel like an award show. Like you genuinely don't really care who wins, and neither did they, it seemed, because they breeze over some like pretty important categories where they just announce the winner without a big presentation on stage, without them getting up. Just like, oh yeah, best RPG was this one. So yeah, go play that. And you're like, hang on a minute, some of us might be invested in the RPG genre and want to see who actually get their day in the light, the day in the spotlight of actually receiving the award. But yeah, it just felt, I don't know, it just feels very corporate. Like the whole Miss Piggy thing was, well, the song that they eventually ended up was quite funny and quite amusing. And again, you could add, it's another advert because it just lists off a bunch of games that you should go play. But the build up, the awkwardness of the show was so, and I get it, they are trying to make it entertaining, where something like, I guess, the Oscars or the Grammys isn't that entertaining. It can be, depends on the host, but yeah, it just feels, I don't know if I like it. Like, I really don't know if I enjoyed my experience. Now, some of the games that were revealed were pretty cool. The new Star Wars KOTOR, like that's going to be big for people who have obviously grown up with the KOTOR franchise, and the Star Wars pod racing that seemed to get a lot of hype behind it. Resident Evil 9, even though I've not played it yet, like the Resident Evil games are just a hallmark of the gaming industry now, and they're back to a point where they're very well received. So another one of them. Looking forward to. It's crazy to think how bad six should have been the death of that franchise, but they reevaluated, went back to the drawing board, and they created Resident Evil 7, which was a fantastic game. Like a lot more what you're wanting out of that Resident Evil experience. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. Yeah, I mean, I think Jeff's an okay host in terms of like he is synonymous and he does a lot for the gaming industry. They are highlighting independent studios, so I do like that aspect of it, definitely. When I say it feels more corporate, and it's more the presentation that I'm talking about, because they do actually do a lot for independent games and kind of talking up good initiatives within the gaming industry. But there's just so much that surrounds it, the gaming industry. Like I watched that the Pod Racer one, the Star Wars racing one, and I was like, great! I can't wait for the microtransactions to buy skins for your ships. Like that's the way I think now, and that's the way the video game industry has got me to think. And just going through these kind of trailers, there was moments like that. I was like, yep, that's going to be a AAA game that I'm going to have to pay extra to get the full experience for. There was one trailer in particular that really stood out. Divinity, the people, is the name of the game. The people behind Baldur's Gate 3. That trailer was off the wall. Like there was someone gets set alight on fire. Their beer goes on fire. Their flesh starts to boil. Out comes corpses. Like you don't know, this kind of his skin turns into more monsters. There was people like a cult there who were just getting it on during the middle of the human sacrifice. Was wild, was wild. But Baldur's Gate 3, I played a bit of it, not played enough of it. I need to play it more. I just don't have time. That's the big thing that I realised when I was watching this. Like, I don't have time to play these games, even though I should play some of them, like that, the one that won 9, Expedition 33 or whatever it's called. Like, I had I had not, because I've not been gaming as much, I've not been keeping up to date with it as much. Like, I had no idea how good this game was, and yet it's won 9 of the awards, which is a record. So I'm probably going to need to check that out, but it's just finding the time to do it while doing all the things that I mentioned. Again, going back to the award show, because again, I keep going off on tangents. It kind of ended on a bit of a down note. Like usually the final game is the one that everyone's going to be talking about. Everyone's going to be absolutely buzzing about. And when they mentioned Titanfall and they mentioned Apex Legend, I was like, could we be getting a Titanfall? Could we be getting a spiritual successor to Titanfall? Because those games are so beloved, especially the second one. Apex Legends, I played it for a long time. It holds a special place in my heart. And they built it up as this revolutionary new shooter, and I got Concord vibes straight away. I was like, this feels very Concordy, and it's the last game that they're showing. It's pretty cool that it's coming out in a few weeks. I will give them that. Like, to keep a game secret these days is very hard, but I was just sitting there going, nah, this can't be the last game. This is a bit of a troll here. Yeah, alright, we get you. And then it ended, and I went, oh, that was the last game. That's not how I should feel about the last reveal. Like, you should be like, oh, that was a really, like, looking forward to seeing it. Like, even, like, you could add any other trailers in this spot and it would have worked better. Like, the Leon Kennedy reveal, I think that would have worked well, even though we knew about the game. The KOTOR, I think that. Even the pod racing Star Wars game, I think, would have had a better reaction than High Guard or whatever it's called. And, yeah. As the damning thing I can say about that game is it gave me Concord vibes, and we all know what a disaster that was. This one's free to play, so it's a bit smarter than the people over at Concord, but yeah. Ooh, not a good way to end on. Overall, I mean, I understand their purpose in the industry. They are more of a advertisement award show than an actual award show. Like the Street Fighter movie, yeah, that had a big section. Does look pretty cool. There's a lot of cool casts in there. Cody Rhodes, Alexander Volkanovski, Roman Reigns. You've got Jason Momoa. Like, some good actors. I think if they go along the lines of not cheap, camp and cheesy, I think the film will work fine. But yeah, overall, the award show, yeah, again, just, it doesn't feel like an award show. It feels like an advertisement, pop culture show with awards, like, shoehorned in, and you don't really care about them. They don't really care about them. It's all about the reveal. It's all about the trailers, and even then, some of them didn't hit. So, yeah, I mean, I'll watch next year's, but that's a bit, like, I can't really say if I enjoyed it or not. Like, I feel like it did at least go by quite quickly, mainly because I skipped a lot of the adverts that I was getting, but that is the benefit of watching it not live, so I will definitely be doing that next year. But anyway, what are your thoughts on the Game Awards 2025? Are you in the same boat as me? Didn't really enjoy it. Like, doesn't feel like an award show. Or do you enjoy the kind of cheesy campness of it, the Muppet skit and the over reliance on these trailers to kind of draw people in? Uh, Let me know in the comments below. And with all that being said, all said to say is any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.